Hi, this is your boy Tino Best, former Barbados and West Indies cricketer, but I'm not on the field today. I'm in a beautiful, magnificent part of Barbados, St. Thomas, and I'm at the Williams Vault. This is a very interesting vault. They have a dead general. We're going to learn about a dead general today from Dr. Carter. I'm super excited. I can't wait.
Tino, welcome to Vault Road. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Carter.
Yes, we're here to talk about this vault behind me, built in the year 1660, over 300 years ago.
Wow.
My goodness. And it is the vault of one General William Asgill Williams. Now, this man, Tino, was deported out of England in the 1650s by this man, Oliver Cromwell. And he was deported here because he chose to fight on the side of the king, King Charles.
Yes.
And he lost that battle of Bristol in 1650. And he was Barbados. He was deported here in the 1650s, and he came to this site and bought this plantation, which we now call Lechman Hall, 177 acres.
Wow.
Yes, big area, including this gully, which is well known. So we're here at this vault, which contains the remains of
the
general, yes.
Yes.
And, his sons.
Wow. So how many coffins are in here, Doc?
Well, I don't know exactly, but I believe that this vault could hold about 10 coffins. It's a very large vault. But, before the general died, he witnessed one of his sons marrying a Catholic woman, a woman from Italy.
Wow.
And the general never wanted this marriage.
Maybe I figured that lady from Italy was gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. And of course,
Was
the
there a
general
hint of
couldn't get his way.
Oh, was there a hint of jealousy from the general?
I don't know. But of course, the general had to go along with his son's wishes.
Yes, most definitely.
And, as time passed, the wife died, the son's wife died, and she was also buried in here.
Wow.
Because it's a family tomb.
Doc, I bet they were fighting in there. You think they were fighting?
Yes. Oh, yes. That's the legend.
Tell me about the legend.
That's the legend.
Tell me, is it an urban legend or just a legend?
Well, people in this area will tell you that this legend has come up from generations. And remember, this vault was built in 1660.
That's over 400 years ago.
And we suppose that the general's daughter-in-law was probably buried around 1700. So you're thinking now, over 300 years have passed since 1700. But you know what? When she was buried, the legend says that she caused tremendous commotion and difficulty in this tomb. For example, when they went in the tomb to bury another person, they found the general himself, his coffin standing upright.
Wow.
So
I figured he wanted to get out.
You never know.
Probably couldn't stand his daughter-in-law.
Yes. And then they went in the second time. Again, they found the general standing upright.
Wow.
Now, how does this happen? We do not know.
Wow.
But you know what they did to solve the problem? They removed the general's daughter-in-law. They removed the general's Catholic daughter-in-law to another burial site.
Do you have any idea where she's buried?
I don't know where she's buried.
I think she's probably buried in the gully.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. But there are lots of burial spots, lots of private burial spots all over Barbados. There's one on Hackleton's Cliff. There's one at Belmont Road. There's one in Church Village called Quaker Burial Ground. All over this country, people use their land to bury them, their dead.
Yeah.
And they also cholera burial grounds as well.
Oh yeah, because they had an outbreak.
Yes,
1800s it was, right?
Yeah, 1854.
1854, yes. And also too, Doc, we're doing a little bit of research as well on the history of the vault because I find it so interesting.
Yeah.
They talk highly about the daughter-in-law and what she did with the gully. And
Yes.
she planted so many different vegetations.
Yes, yes.
So it's quite interesting because as a kid growing up, we used to come up in St. Thomas
Yes.
and go deep in the forest. And we used to follow the monkey trails.
Okay.
The vegetation was
Yes,
always
yes.
good. The mangoes was good. The mummy apples, the sugar apples, and stuff. So that's a testament of what type of Italian woman she was.
Yeah,
she was
she
a
was a
good
good woman. Good woman.
Wow.
Good woman.
maybe Oliver Cromwell
Yeah.
had a reason why he deported the general.
Yes. Well,
Even though he lost,
yes.
he wanted him from the English. He
But
wanted to go down to
The
the
general was a staunch Anglican.
yeah. He was all
Yeah.
for the king.
Staunch
Wow.
Anglican. And this Barbados was basically an Anglican place.
Yes, it was.
Where the Catholics were persecuted. Catholics had to go and hide and worship in caves.
Wow.
Yes, they were not tolerated. So Catholics, Protestants, and in the early days, Methodists were also persecuted in this place. And you could understand why there was so much animosity against that Catholic wife that the general daughter, general son married.
I think also too when you look at the length of the Civil War in England
Yes.
that filtered down through the Caribbean, it was over 150 years they were fighting.
Well,
So a king, a new king, another king, they're still fighting. So it just shows you how important
Yes.
your faith was in those days.
Yes,
And
yes.
you know you were persecuted for who you liked and who you prayed to.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, it's still going on today.
It's still going on.
Yeah,
It's still
so
going on.
It's crazy.
It's still going on. Now, you see, this tomb, after the general daughter-in-law left.
Well, replaced. They took her out.
Took her out.
Yeah.
Things
Settled
cooled down. But you know, it is not the only place that this paranormal activity has happened.
Wow.
We have in the parish of Christchurch, the Chase Vault, the famous Chase Vault, where the Brewster family were buried there around 1816, 1819, and on 3 occasions, when they went into the vault to bury somebody, they found the coffins disturbed. And you know what the solution was, Tino?
Tell me.
They moved out all of the coffins. All of the coffins have now been placed in separate locations
And everybody's happy.
to stop the fighting. So that people fight in life, and we can say also they
They fight
fight
in
in death.
Wow. Thank you so very much for your time this morning.
It was a pleasure.
Yes, and
It was a pleasure.
you taught me so much more about the vault. I'm going to do a little bit more research
Yes.
on General Williams
Yes,
and
yes,
that
yes.
war. I think that
Yeah,
that
the
war
Civil
is
War, the
the
English
Civil
Civil
War
War.
is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting, and it's such a beautiful place that we were born and raised in Barbados.
Yeah.
So much history.
Oh,
And I
yes.
thank God that we have people like yourself who can continue to educate not only the old people like myself,
But you still look young.
but also our youth. So
Yeah.
thank you so very much for your time, Dr.
Yeah.
Carter.
It's
Thank
been
you
a pleasure,
very much.
Timo.
Cheers.
All the best.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, cheers.
All right.